This is a true story about a hotel guest who vanished under circumstances so strange. People still debate what happened to her more than a decade later. Her last known moments were captured on security cameras. She appeared terrified, looking down empty hallways, pressing elevator buttons repeatedly, speaking to someone who wasn't visible. Then she disappeared. Weeks later, guests at the hotel began complaining about the water. Welcome to Tales Beyond the Flame. This story is based on the real disappearance and death of Elisa Lam. In January of 2013, 21-year-old Elisa Lam traveled alone through parts of the United States during a vacation. She eventually arrived in Los Angeles and checked into the infamous Cecil Hotel. Even before Elisa's case, the hotel already carried a dark reputation. Decades of crime, violence, deaths, strange incidents tied to the building. But none of that seemed connected to Elisa at first. Friends and family later became concerned after she suddenly stopped contacting them during the trip. That was unusual for her, especially because she had reportedly remained active online throughout her travels. Soon after, police began investigating her disappearance. Then investigators released the footage that would make the case famous worldwide. Security camera footage from one of the hotel elevators. At first glance, the video looked confusing, then disturbing. Elisa enters the elevator appearing visibly anxious. She presses multiple buttons rapidly, steps in and out repeatedly, peers into the hallway. At one point, she appears to hide against the wall as if avoiding someone outside the elevator. Then she begins making strange gestures with her hands while speaking toward the open hallway. The unsettling part was obvious. Nobody else appeared on camera. Eventually, Elisa walks out of view entirely. That was the last confirmed footage of her alive. The video spread rapidly online. Millions of people watched it. And almost immediately, theories exploded across the internet. Some believed she was being followed. Others thought she appeared frightened by something unseen. Paranormal theories emerged quickly due to the hotel's dark reputation. But what happened afterward disturbed people even more. Weeks after Elisa disappeared, hotel guests reportedly began complaining about low water pressure and strange tasting water. Some described discoloration. Others claimed the water smelled unusual. Maintenance workers eventually investigated the rooftop water tanks supplying the hotel, and that was where they found her body, inside one of the tanks. The discovery shocked investigators and the public alike, because reaching the rooftop tanks wasn't simple. Questions immediately spread online. How did she get there? Why would she climb inside? And perhaps most disturbing of all, how had nobody noticed sooner? After the discovery of Elisa Lam inside the rooftop water tank at the Cecil Hotel, the case became an international obsession. The internet exploded with theories. Some focused on the elevator footage itself. People analyzed every movement frame by frame, trying to understand what frightened her. Others focused on the hotel. The Cecil already carried decades of disturbing history connected to violent crime, suicides, and notorious serial killers who had stayed there in the past. For many people, the building itself felt almost cursed. Then came the logistical questions. Investigators confirmed the rooftop area was difficult to access. Certain doors reportedly triggered alarms. The water tank itself sat elevated above the roof and required climbing. Online speculation spiraled quickly. Some believed another person had been involved. Others claimed paranormal explanations fit the bizarre circumstances better than anything else. But over time, investigators reached a different conclusion. Authorities eventually ruled Elisa's death an accidental drowning connected to mental health struggles and possible episodes related to bipolar disorder. Toxicology reports reportedly found limited evidence of certain prescribed medications in her system, leading investigators to suspect she may not have been taking them consistently before her disappearance. That explanation answered some questions. But for many people, not all of them. Because the elevator footage still unsettled viewers deeply. The way she looked into the hallway, the strange hand movements, the sense that she appeared frightened by something nearby. Even today, people continue debating whether the footage showed fear, confusion, paranoia, or something else entirely. The internet transformed the case into one of the most discussed mysteries of the modern era. Countless videos, documentaries, and theories appeared online trying to explain what happened during Elisa's final hours. Some theories became wildly exaggerated or unsupported by evidence. Others focused more realistically on mental health and the dangers of isolation during psychological episodes. But regardless of interpretation, the footage left a lasting impact because it felt disturbingly real. No dramatic movie scene, no cinematic soundtrack. Just a real person behaving in ways nobody fully understood moments before vanishing. And perhaps that's why the case still affects people years later. Because unlike fictional horror stories, there was no clear ending, no final explanation everyone agreed on, only unanswered questions captured forever on grainy hotel security footage. Today, the story of Elisa Lam remains one of the internet's most unsettling real-life mysteries. And somewhere inside that aging hotel in downtown Los Angeles, the elevator where she was last seen still opens and closes exactly the same way it did the night she disappeared. Before tonight's story ends, I want to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video and want more dark mysteries, creepy encounters, and unsettling stories like this one, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next upload. And if there's a type of story you'd like to hear next, leave a comment below. Whether it's true horror, missing person cases, cryptid encounters, park ranger stories, strange rules stories, haunted locations, or something completely different, I read your suggestions. Your comments help shape future videos on this channel. So subscribe, leave your idea below, and I might turn it into the next story told here, Beyond the Flame.